Hello people, I'm Vito, and welcome back to Super Mario Odyssey with WX78.
Hello.
Alright, so we've finished up looking through the... Wait, why am I blanking? Where were we just at?
We were just in Luncheon.
Yeah, that's right, Luncheon Kingdom. And now we are in Bowser's Kingdom.
Yes.
And we have 5 moons to go before we get whatever the secret bonus is.
Yes. The secret. You want to use this shortcut. Do I though? I mean, like, I could... Okay, I guess I have to.
It's like, what if we don't want to, though? Oh, that just leads all the way at the end.
Huh. Oh.
Yeah, we could just do that to get around him.
Okay, well... Do we want to do that? How many moons is actually out there? Okay, let's go find the moon rock. We'll find out.
Alrighty. Yeah, I doubt anyone would be able to hear it through the microphone, but just as we started this episode, it started kind of raining heavily.
Yep.
Like we can really hear it.
Oh yeah.
I don't know why.
Oh, that's a lot. Well, let's go back to the Odyssey and start there.
Okay then. You better have opened up those gates, Toad, or we shall circumvent you.
It does not appear, though, as that he has.
Okay. Like, were there those electrical things? I don't know if you can go backwards on them.
I think you can. Okay, I know where that is. Yeah. Hello.
Screw you!
So, we need to climb up there.
Well, I was saying you could just go to the first checkpoint and then backtrack, right?
I mean, yeah, I could.
But yeah, it's still there behind you. Okay. Because I know sometimes there are the ones where it just lets off at a point where you can't go back.
Right. Okay. So then. Requires a Goomba stack of 10, eh?
This time it's just a button. Although I guess we did see that somewhere in a sub-area. I think in probably the Snow Kingdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I
I
think
think this is more than 10. Is it?
no, I think it's 10.
Okay.
It's like counting slowly. So I think, but like before the last session, I know I did complete the dark side. I don't know if I also mentioned that I did find the last few coins in the Seaside Kingdom, the purple coins.
Right.
They were actually in a pretty easy spot. I just happened to miss them somehow. I know I was missing a few groups of purple coins here. I found all but one of them. So I'm still missing like 3 coins here. I don't know where they are.
Okay, well maybe we'll find them, I don't know. Also, really, Bird? Really?
Well, is this similar to the... Yeah, the butterfly. You could probably just look away. What if you had it spinning there and then looked away and then it just spawned on the Cappy? Darn it.
Alright, what if I tried long jump? Maybe not.
It worked!
Well, now I'm swimming with the fishies. Lovely. I gotta go all the way back. I don't think I need to get the full Goomba stack. I don't need to get the Goomba stack.
Yeah, probably not.
Because I can just go here. I don't even need to do like the ground pound to get the extra height.
Also, I'm having the same thought that I had in Metro Kingdom. We can't really see what's below us, so we have no idea if there's like an ocean below us or just land. It's just a sea of clouds from here.
I think in Metro, wasn't it?
Like, in a different spot, we could tell that it was actually the ocean below us. But in the main area, it just looked like clouds.
Okay, so I think I can move up to about here? Okay.
You must sneak.
Didn't know I was playing Skyrim. Also, that's an interesting spot to have a moon. So, somewhere off in this direction?
Is it along the electrical path?
Potentially?
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I messed up. Nice. Okay, and then there's like... Okie dokie. Let's see here. Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I'm kind of silent. I was just thinking, because you mentioned Skyrim. I've never played Skyrim, but I've played a lot of Oblivion. I feel like I've already mentioned plenty of times on the channel, but have I told you why I quit Oblivion?
Wasn't it something along the lines of your main save got corrupted or something?
Actually, no. So the way I was playing it was every time I went into Oblivion, I would take literally everything back that I looted from the enemies. And when you're in Oblivion, you're fighting the Daedric enemies, and they have the heaviest types of weapons and armor.
Right.
So, in order to take everything back, usually I would have to, you know, like, bring it to a doorway by dragging them outside my inventory, then pick them all up. I would be over-encumbered and unable to move, and go through a doorway, drop it all, and then manually drag them all to the next place, and keep doing that until I got to the portal out. And to make it easier, I just kept stacking feather enchantments and feather spells, which allow you to carry more. But eventually, it got to a point that my combined feather level...
Yeah, you made it a negative, didn't you?
Yeah, it... what is it called? Like an integer...
You had an integer overflow.
Yeah. So apparently it's not meant to go beyond a certain point, so when you go beyond that, it becomes a negative number at like the opposite extreme. So I had so much feather that I could carry less than I should normally. And that just annoyed me so much. It's like I'd been playing this in such a way so I could just carry everything at once, and it just basically screwed me over because of that. And I'm like, you know what? No.
I'm not playing this video game anymore.
Yeah, so
it's taken enough from me.
Yeah. So that's why I stopped playing that. I remember hearing when Skyrim came out that it was... I don't know if this was like they were overselling how much so, but I heard that it was very buggy when it first came out and whatnot, so
It still is. You kidding?
I stayed away from it. Like, there's like Oblivion level bugs that I'm aware of, like, you know, just small things, but they made it sound like it was a lot more buggy than Oblivion.
Well, the best way to describe the video game is that when it works, it's fun. When it doesn't work, it's extra fun.
Yeah. I don't know if that kind of scared me away from it. Like, maybe I thought it would be like game-breakingly buggy to the point that, you know, maybe it would freeze a lot or something. Maybe not. That's not the case, though.
And from what I can tell, it's really not. I do think it crashes the longer you own the video game, which I think is weird. But that one's hard to say.
Yeah, so I've never played Skyrim. I just know I think it's like the beginning section is like a meme.
Oh yeah. So, you're finally awake.
Yeah, I don't even remember how it goes. That's how little I know of it.
You walked right into that Imperial ambush.
And I heard the game has dragons, which Oblivion I don't think did.
So I think that's what I need to get. Also, wow. Okay. I get it. The game hates me. That's a lot of effort.
Yeah. I was just thinking also, I feel like I'm a lot more dead inside than I used to be, and I don't really get hyped for games anymore. And I was hearing there was a lot of hype for Cyberpunk 2077.
Yeah, there was.
But also I heard, I don't know if it's been fixed yet, may have been, so this could no longer be true, but I heard that the way the game saves, it keeps track of every item that exists, even if you've gotten rid of it, like destroyed it or whatever. And because of that, you know, the save files would get bigger the more you played, especially if you're doing like I guess if you're crafting a lot, going that skill route.
Right.
And apparently the game would refuse to load files that were beyond a certain size. So if you went that route, at some point, you would not be able to load your game anymore.
Huh.
I heard that was an issue.
Well, considering I know that it's a buggy game and I didn't know about that issue, I hope that tells you what I know.
Yeah. Like, everything I know about Cyberpunk 2077 is either just by, like, reading a little bit, like from a headline or something, or maybe hearing someone mention something about it. I've never actually watched gameplay of it.
Yeah, from what I can tell, it's one of those buggy games. Arguably more buggy than Skyrim, but less buggy than the reason it kind of got hyped around. Basically, CD Projekt Red made a game previous, and everyone f***ing loved it. I didn't mean to do that, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, I'll censor that.
But that's the best way to explain it. They made The Witcher 3, and everyone loved The Witcher 3. I don't know a person who doesn't. And so, their next video game, which is going to be Cyberpunk 2077, you can kind of see where the hype comes from.
Yeah. So I think I am kind of avoiding watching any gameplay of Cyberpunk, just in case eventually, you know, if I hear everything's, you know, good with it, I might try it out.
Okay, how do you... What am I supposed to do here?
Isn't that one of the things you need to poke into?
I already tried that.
Sorry, because I've been talking, I haven't been paying a lot of attention, but I think that's the only thing you can do with those, right?
Okay, well, I'm gonna ignore it for now. I can get my next moon elsewhere. I don't want to spend forever here.
Fair enough.
The next area probably doesn't even actually have anything now that I think about it, but oh well. Okay, it has one thing. So this is either over here, and I do not care that I'm being burned alive. Okay, it's above. Well, that's annoying. You're really gonna make me climb? Okay, video game, whatever you say. If only that was difficult. If only Jumpman, you know, could jump.
Like, but the kind of jump. Well, jump better.
I see.
Do you have to just jump out? Yeah.
Okay, well that's nominally difficult. Look how difficult that was. Can you see the difficulty? I see the difficulty.
Ah, yes, so difficult.
Alright, now technically that's enough for us to go and leave. But I don't feel like we've given... Yeah, we found 5 power moons.
Finally, we can head to the darker side of the moon.
We'll go there in a minute, Cappy, but we're gonna spend the next 15 minutes here. Because I don't feel like we gave this kingdom much love. You know?
Sounds good. Alright.
Speaking of love, onto the souvenir shop. Those things you go to because,
You love to spend money.
yeah. Oh,
Hello, Peach.
what a new dress.
Bowser's Castle. I think this is the first time I've come here on my own 2 feet.
You could say he's renovated the place, honestly.
Yeah. So, what made you think it was actually safe to come here on your own? Whatever its history, this castle is simply splendid. And a power moon fell down from the sky. You should probably take it.
Okay, this one was definitely handed off by Bowser. I'm sorry.
Like, maybe I still have a chance. I just need to toss her a power moon. That kingdom with all the snows seemed, yeah.
I love the staff here too. Imagine if it was just the normal enemies that was the staff here. Like
Goombas and Koopas and whatnot.
Yeah, that'd be so much more fun.
Yeah, especially considering, you know, it's in Bowser's kingdom.
Yeah.
Why doesn't he staff it with his own minions?
Did he? Did you see what he said?
I think I may have. The word that I find kind of cringe.
They called me swag.
It's such a weird word. It doesn't sound cool or anything.
But the swagger. You add that extra G in the ER, I mean, like, the whole meaning changes.
If you say so.
Okay.
I wouldn't know.
Hello.
Aha.
This is...
Bubbling seaside?
Yeah, this looks like seaside.
I think we saw where this lets out with the binoculars. Somewhere on the cliff.
Yeah, probably. Diving platform. I mean, can it? Okay, I guess I can, but water doesn't look... it's probably deep enough.
Yeah.
Okay, we got what we want.
It's an all-natural diving board.
Yes.
Yeah, thinking back to, again, Skyrim and Cyberpunk makes me think of... I think it was one of the Nintendo employees who had a quote. I don't know if it was Miyamoto or not. About, like, a game that's, you know...
I think I already know what the quote you're on about.
Yeah, if it's released too early, it's forever bad, but...
I think it was a
delayed game.
A delayed game is eventually good,
Yeah.
a rushed game is forever bad.
And I guess that's not necessarily true with the ability to patch and whatnot, but the impressions still kind of...
Oh, yeah.
The impression that really matters gets ruined. Which is why, out of all the games currently that I'm looking forward to, the only thing really is Metroid Prime 4, and that's why I've been so patient with it. I'm not demanding it be, you know, released soon or anything. I'm like, I'll wait.
I mean, yeah, that's fair.
As long as it's good.
Okay. Leading me down a breadcrumb trail. More life? That's neat, but, like, where do I go from here?
Just gotta stomp out all the shiny spots.
I don't see many more shiny spots to stomp out. I thought this would give me a moon.
It ought to. Did you miss one somewhere?
I don't think I did. Unless this area has more. But it doesn't look like it. Yeah, it really doesn't. I do not know.
Me neither. Another thought I had was, when it comes to older games and such, like, for me, Nintendo 64, I know that they might come out eventually with, like, a classic version that has, like, preloaded games on it and whatnot, but I feel like it'd be very nice if there was, like, some company that, would, like, work with the license of Nintendo and, like, make official reproductions of actual old cartridges and consoles. More like a... like, just, you know, indefinitely and maybe, like, an on-demand production sort of thing. So that if anyone is looking for one, they can just, you know, get a new reproduction copy of it that's not unofficial or anything like that.
Right. I mean, I think that's somewhat how, Actually, that doesn't make any sense. That's a completely different market. Also, I'm not moving fast enough. Oh, no.
Dang it.
I think that could be neat, but, like... I don't know. I obviously didn't grow up with,
Yeah. I just know it's something I think I'd really appreciate because, I had to spend a lot of money to get the Fire Emblem game again because my disc is missing.
Right.
Path of Radiance, because apparently it was at the end of the GameCube's lifespan, so there weren't as many copies of it. Because, it's like if you just want the original version of a game, so like, for example, in Nintendo 64, or if for like Super Mario 64, you want the version where there's like the backwards long jump bug still, you want that original cartridge version, but you want like an official version of it, and you don't want to worry about, collectors making the price go way up because of the limited amount of them left.
I'm pretty sure even for like, actually I don't even know, I don't think it has it. But I feel like if they were to release, like, say, I don't know, Super Mario 64 on like the eShop or something, right?
Yeah, usually those would have like the fixes for...
Well, I got a feeling they wouldn't do that.
I'm almost positive that I've heard, like, for the anniversary Super Mario 64 thing for Switch, I'm almost positive I heard that they patched that out.
Huh. Be weird.
I've never actually used that bug anyways, but I'm just saying as an example, if you wanted, the original version, be it for that reason or any other reason, and if you wanted to just use the original hardware,
I mean...
rather than having, like, the classics, the re-release.
I do think it's funny, the best way to get your hands, though, on, like, old games these days is legit to just have an emulator.
Yeah. Because, like, I'm sure, all these companies would rather I don't do emulation and such, so that's why I usually shy away from that, but, they make it kind of hard if they, don't have any more copies or whatever.
Yeah. Took me a lot of effort, by the way.
Because I was also looking into possibly getting some of the Game Boy Advance Fire Emblem games. And the thing is, on like, even on Amazon, it's kind of like on eBay, there's individual sellers you'd have to find. And you can't necessarily be guaranteed to actually get an official version or an unofficial reproduction, which is like a knockoff. So, even if you're trying to get a real version, you might not end up with one.
Right. But did I not realize that before?
I don't know. Is that another one that's just along the path?
Maybe. I don't see any along that path.
Yeah, I don't either. Wait, was that it at the end of that? Yeah, there's a key. Okay.
Oh, you can...
Ah.
Yeah, okay. Bit precarious, but what?
Whoops.
Whatever. That's fine.
It's a bit precarious, but what's the worst that could happen?
Okay.
Yeah, another annoying thing is that no matter what it is, if it's like one of those classic re-releases or if you were to get official reproductions, is that for anything that's not first or second party, anything that's like third party, you'd have to get a license for whoever made it as well, which could be more complicated, which is probably why there's not as many third-party games for like the SNES Classic and whatnot.
Right.
You'd have to work with whoever made it, which is annoying. It's like understandable, but makes things harder. Why's life gotta be complicated? Why can't we just have nice things?
We have nice things, and it's because life is complicated.
And we just see Mario through that thing.
The usual. I mean, if you didn't know, Mario can just phase through objects.
Yeah.
It's been like this thing in the lore for a while now. I'm surprised you didn't know. Bombs? You want it?
Where can we find bombs?
Okay.
Oh, I figured out if you have it extended and do the shake, you do like a spin attack. I didn't figure that out until I played it again recently. I like that doink noise.
Yeah, it's gotta be painful though, right?
Ouch, my beak.
I mean, yeah. Okay. Legit though, where bomb? You need explosives to crack these, right? Like, I'm not wrong in assuming that.
I would think you're right. I think as you climb further ahead, there might be some. I just don't know if they'll actually fall as they come towards this direction if you were to launch them this way.
Oh, you're right. They might fall. That could be a possibility.
Yeah, not positive.
I don't care much about that. Purple coins, eh? Also, I like how it feels like there should be more ground here.
Yeah, it's like, why do we have these walls here if there's nothing to be blocking off?
Not even so much that. Look at that. Like, you...
It's like, what's the purpose of these pillars?
Yeah. All it does is add extra weight. Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking, like, at least as far as, like, what we've recorded on the channel goes, the only thing I've ever emulated was Lemmings. Because that was something we had on an old floppy disk, and I have no idea where that is. And I have no idea if you can even get that working without the emulated version.
Right.
Because it's ancient. Okay, yeah, that could work.
Actually, they can fall down here.
Oh yeah, more of a straight shot. Gosh darn it.
My God, let me.
We're getting everything but the one we need.
There we go. I think that's it.
All right.
Have to pose right before picking it up, you know, the usual.
And then was there another hint art behind you?
Yeah, there might have been.
All right.
Doggy. Okay.
Cactus. Where could a cactus be?
Certainly not in the, you know, the place that's got a lot of sand. No, they wouldn't put a cactus there. Come on. Come on. Okay, I guess I need your existence. You know, normally I don't ask help from people like you, but you know. I see. There's another thing. There's another thing here. It's like, okay, it's in the water. You don't like the water, but Mario likes the water. Yeah, Mario's fine with the water.
64, Mario loves the water. Just the surface, though.
Yes.
And there's another.
On the other side. I need to possess one of the fishes.
It's like a no, please don't squeeze me through the bars.
Alright.
I know I'm smaller than you, but please.
This is exceptionally easy.
It's like, no, don't go through the grate, just go around it.
I mean, yeah. Well, 3 coins. You're pretty pretty easy to miss.
I'll excuse you. We are the one who does the poking.
Come on. Again?
Just gotta get a face full of that explosion.
The fireworks are nice and bright up close.
Whoops. Oh, that's Death.
Huh. I seem to be quite ingenious.
Alright, well, this could actually be a good point to end the episode, so... I see purple coins in the distance, but...
Yes, I do too.
It'll have to wait. So I think we'll end it here, and we shall continue next time.
Yes.
Goodbye for now.
Goodbye.